So, it's that time of year, the time where the year ends. And last year, I had a big plan. I was going to make a list of all the games I played that year, and I was going to put them all in a big top 10 list, and I was going to list them all the games I played that year. I did not do that, as you all know. But this year, things are different. This year, I will actually do that. In fact, I have a list prepared, and the list is in my server as we speak. Join it, link in the description, like and subscribe. Anyways, before we go on to the list, I just want to list some games that were not included, because I did not play enough of them, or did not beat them. Celeste was one of them. It's a very, very, very fun platform. I play with keyboard controls. I almost beat the game, then I got bored near the end and quit playing. It's got beautiful art, though, and really great music by Lena Raine, the Minecraft lady. And there's also Death Stranding. I've been wanting to play this game for years, and I finally got it. I got it downloaded, I played it, but I got distracted by a certain game, which we will see later on in the list. I also want to give a quick shout out to Babidi. It's a game I played a little bit of. I know there's a lot more beneath the surface that I've not gotten into. I only played the game for like 30 minutes, but it was still very fun what I played. And with those, whatever you want to call them, out of the way, those honorable mentions out of the way, let's get on to the list. So at number 10 here, this is not going to be a good list either, I just want you all to know. At number 10 here we have Cookie Clicker. The classic Cookie Clicker. Now, I may have lied a bit, I may have misled you guys a bit. I, like everybody else on the planet, have played this game before. But I'm not going to count I'm going to count it as playing this year because I never got into it until this year. This year, I actually made a save file, and on Steam, I've gotten over 500 achievements. I have almost 500 hours in it. I've been grinding it and playing it a lot. I actually got hooked into the game this year, and I played it this year. It's a lot more complex than it seems on the surface. There's a lot more at play than just spam clicking cookies. There's even a lot more than just buying grandmas and buying upgrades. The game's complexity goes deep, and if you want to play it, it's free right now, just on a browser. Just look up Cookie Clicker, go to Ortelli's site, Ortelli, whatever the guy's name is. Go to his site, you can play it for free. I got it on Steam, because I want to track my hours and my achievements, but that's kind of stupid. Don't do that. Don't spend money in a free game. Anyway, speaking of games I played years ago when I was a young boy, but don't remember and also didn't actually get into, VVVVVVV, I think, VVVVVV, something like that. The game with a bunch of V's in it. I played this game like over a decade ago on my brother's 3DS. And I never got far because I didn't know how to play, and also I was a sucky little kid. But recently, as in November 23rd by the looks of it, I got bored. And so I booted up the game, and I played it, and I beat it, and I liked it a lot. And that's where I stand now. I only got one achievement somehow. But this game is dirt cheap, and I like it a lot. It is supposed to be a retro throwback. And nowadays, the game is so old it can probably be considered retro. So it's it's kind of a fun little thing to make you feel old. It was very hard. One of the things, like Veni Veni Vusi or whatever, was very difficult to get one of the trinkets. Very difficult. But it's very satisfying afterwards. It's a very difficult but satisfying game. And we'll see more of those later on. But it's got a great soundtrack too, and the graphics are really charming, I think. And speaking of games with charming graphics, a classic game. Not classic in the sense that's old, but classic as in classic in the sense that every internet person knows about it. This year I played Needy Streamer Overload. It's sort of like a pet raising simulator, but instead of a pet, it's a mentally ill babe. And I like it a lot. The music I've used in some of my videos before. The music is really good. I love the presentation of it, how it's set up like a computer. The game operates on a fake OS called Windows. I love there's a million endings. I've not gotten all of them, but I've gotten a good chunk of them. One of them is a Shin Megami Tensei reference, so that's good in my book. But I love the characters. Well, I guess the only character in it. It's okay to relate to her. You're not like a freaky loser e-girl if you relate to her. I relate to her to an extent. And I don't want to incriminate myself any further. But it's a very fun, very stressful, very hectic game. And it's not that stressful, but going for certain endings can be very stressful. Yeah, it's currently on sale for $7 or something around that number. And for that price, if you like visual novels, there's no reason not to get it, I'd say, if you haven't played it already. It's iconic. Now that I've played it, I realized that a lot of the things and like images and like funny posts I've liked over the years are references to this game, or used sprites from this game. But yeah, it's a very fun game, a very interesting game. You can sit there and talk to the little character for hours and just spam like the stupidest stickers and just make her angry and kill you. That's kind of fun, I guess. Fun fact, I got my friend and fellow YouTuber, Goofy and Fun Loving Guy, to play this game, and he did, but the audio is messed up, and the footage was zoomed in for some reason. Don't have a clue in the world how that happened. So that video is pretty much unsalvageable, but it sucked. He enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's a good game. Speaking of good games, at number 13, not 13, what the fuck? At number 7 is Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Now, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, I started that 2 years ago. And it took me until earlier this year to finish it, because the game is very slow and very boring. I love the story and the music and the characters a lot, but the gameplay is not the game's best aspect, which is ironic because it's a video game. But I played it and I beat it, and I hopped straight into Eternal Punishment, and I played it non-stop all day. I got to a very hard boss, Joker Noriko, I think is what her name is. I died, I got owned, I got filtered, and then I quit playing for half a year. And I came back to it later, I guess, this year. I started early in the year, then came back later. And I beat it in one fell swoop, and the game is much faster and much better and much funner, yeah, I said it, funner than the original Innocent Sin Persona 2. And I really wish that this game was as popular as Innocent Sin, because neither of these games are popular, we all know that. But when it comes to, in terms of popularity, though they're both unpopular, Innocent Sin is way more popular, I feel, and talked about more than Eternal Punishment, which is a shame. It's a shame, really, because I feel personally that in every way, Eternal Punishment is better than Innocent Sin. Stories are about tied, but everything else, characters, music, gameplay, presentation, I give it all to. Voice acting is really funny. Yeah, I give it all to Eternal Punishment. So that was a really, really good RPG by Atlus, released in the year 2000, and if you guys like Persona, say if you guys have only played 3 or 4 or 5, or all 3 of them, or just 2 of them, or just watch the animes or play Persona Q or anything like that, I implore you to play Persona 2 and Persona 1. I played a little bit of it, then I got bored. I just played a lot of Persona 3 this year, but quit like 20 hours in because I got bored. Persona 3 Fez, for those who are wondering, want to be specific and get into the matters of things. But anyways, speaking of RPGs by Atlus, here's a game that actually came out this year, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I was waiting for this game. Well, it got leaked way earlier this year, and then they announced it at a Nintendo Direct, and it came out over the summer, and my copy got delayed. Well, it didn't get delayed, but it came out one day later. The game came out on June 14th, and my copy from Amazon was set to arrive June 15th. But one of my friends, God bless their soul, I ordered the physical steelbook on Switch, by the way. But one of my friends got me the game on PC, and I put in 80 hours in it. I'm going to come clean. I got to the final boss, and then I got bored and quit because I died a lot. But I feel like I played enough of the game to judge it. It's probably the best SMT game to come out since SMT4. So I guess not, in 11 years, of the 3 games they've released since SMT4, this is the best one, which is not saying a lot, because one of them was just a spin-off of SMT4, one of them was SMT5, which sucked, and one of them was an enhanced re-release of SMT5. But the original story is still here, and it sucks. It still sucks. Don't play it. Play it if you really like the game. But the new story is really good, and the new gameplay additions are really good. The new demons are really cool looking, and the new music is really good. This is definitely a game that I feel you all have to play. Speaking of a game that you all have to play, Silent Hill 3, I played that earlier this year. 2 years ago, I got bored, and I was going to play Resident Evil 3, because Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time, and I've only played a couple of the Resident Evil games. So I wanted to play Resident Evil 3, but it was too scary, so what did I do? I played Silent Hill 1 instead, and I really liked it, and I beat it. And I'm not kidding, immediately after beating it, my brother lent me his copy. As in, like, 15 minutes after I beat Silent Hill 1, I jumped straight into 2. And I love Silent Hill 2. It's another one of my favorite games ever. But I played that last year. But you wanna know a game I did not play last year? That's right. That's right. Silent Hill 3. And this is probably the scariest game I have ever played. I've played a lot of scary games, but none of them have made me feel the same terror that Silent Hill 3 did. By the end of the game, anytime I would enter a new area, I would always, without fail, check the map and figure out the fastest possible route out of there. Because I wanted to get out. Because the game was scary and I wanted it to end. And the game has a lot of subtext, and when you look deeper into it, you're like, wow, this game has a lot of subtext. I wish I looked deeper into it earlier. And the monster designs they're creepy, you know, Silent Hill, obviously. And the music is some of Akira Yamaoka's best, I would say. Which is a high bar, because all of his soundtracks are so good. But Silent Hill 3 especially, I think. The song that's playing in the background right now, End of Small Sanctuary, is one of my favorite tracks in any game. And speaking of classic, well, it's not really a classic, but it aims to be a classic, okay? Speaking of classic horror games, Crow Country is another game that came out earlier this year. And I was excited for this game ever since I played the demo on my brother's PS5. I just wanted to note real quick, the PS5 has no games. And I counted down the days until it released, and when it finally released, I got it day one. And I streamed the whole thing. You can watch it on YouTube right now as we speak. And this was originally going to be my game of the year. And when it comes to games that have actually came out in the year of 2024, then yes, in my opinion, Crow Country is the game of the year 2024. As for games I played this year in 2024, it's still in the top 5. That is really good. The presentation, if you look at it, you realize, oh, it's supposed to be an homage to the older PS1 style horror games like Resident Evil or that's a PS2. Or Clock Tower or D or stuff like that, Silent Hill. And I think it achieves that aesthetic really well. It especially achieves the Resident Evil aesthetic very well. And the plot is the perfect kind of plot for one of these games. It's simple, but it's a mystery that you unravel as you go along. The game is creepy. I love the fact that you can actually move the camera around. As much as I loved fixed cameras and tank controls, I will admit, being able to move the camera around is a pretty nice feature. And is the game on sale? Let me go check. The game is on sale right now for $15.59. And I say you guys should buy it and play it. It's really, really short. It only took me 7.2 hours to beat it. But it's got a lot of replay value. And it is very fun. And really quickly, as we get to the number 3 spot, I want to say something. I was originally going to put Red Dead 2 on here. And I just want to say Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10, everyone knows that. But there's a game that I forgot about, that I didn't forget about. I think about it often. But I forgot that I played it this year. So number 3 was going to go to Red Dead 2. So number 3 was going to go to Red Dead 2. But it ended up going to Lisa the Painful. This is my pick for best RPG that I've played just ever. And it lives up to its title. It is painful in every sense of the word. The presentation is ugly, the world is grimy. It's ugly in a good way, by the way, but the world is grimy, it's crass, all the people in it are just foul, disgusting. The whole plot of the game is that all women are gone, and you find a baby girl, and you raise her, and then she runs away, and you gotta stop her from being raped to death or whatever. It's a very dark, gruesome game. And it's got an amazing soundtrack. Shout out to Widdly Too Diddly and Marina Hova, whatever her name is. I don't know if she worked on the Painful, but she worked on the DLC expansion, the Joyful, which is also really good. But it is one of the most painful stories in a game I've played. Which I guess isn't saying a lot, because I tend to play games that make me happy. But it lives up to its name. And it stuck with me almost a year after I played it. So if you are able to play this game, or get the chance to play it, it was for an Epic Games earlier this year. I made sure all my friends got it. But it's a bit of a heavy game, but if you can stomach through it, it is one of the best experiences I think you'll have playing a game. And thank God that I don't have to put Red Dead 2 on here, because my number 2 pick is Red Dead 1. And I'd have felt really bad about putting 2 games from the same series on the same list. But Red Dead 1. So earlier this year, I got a PS3, and the first game I got on it was Dark Souls. And then later, I got Ni no Kuni and Batman Arkham Asylum and the Tales of Symphonia collection, or whatever. And the first game I got in the eShop, not the eShop, but the PlayStation Store, was, I think, Raito Kuzunoha, the first one, versus the Soulless Army, or whatever. But the second game I got was Red Dead Redemption, plus Undead Nightmare. And I don't think a single game has ever hooked me in like this has. Now, I'm not kidding when I say from the second I booted it up and the intro cutscene played, I just sat down from it and I just took it all in. I was like, whoa, this is kind of beautiful. Because Rockstar, their games, like GTA is a good game series. They make good games. I'm excited for GTA 6, obviously. I love GTA games. But I would never consider them masterpieces or like 10 out of 10s or perfect games, you know? And so going into Red Dead 1, I was assuming the same thing. I was assuming that it would be a fun game, very fun, very playable. You can easily sink hundreds of hours into it with the activities in the world. But overall, it'd just be a pretty good game. However, I was wrong. I was very wrong. This is one of the greatest games I have ever played. And I'm not kidding. I played this game for 14 hours straight one day. Now, I know for some of you that might not sound like a lot, but I have never played a game for that long, like that amount of time in one sitting before, ever. And I don't think I ever will ever again. Even Red Dead 2 did not hook me as much. For Red Dead 1, I was playing it every single day until I beat it. Red Dead 2, it took me a few months to beat it, mainly because I wasn't playing it non-stop like I was Red Dead 1. But it hooked me, and everything about it just stunned me. Because I didn't think Rockstar as a studio was capable of putting out something so beautiful and so genuinely good and perfect. And that's my pick for number 2 Game of the Year. Now, I know what you're all saying. You've sung this game's praises so much, what could possibly be better than that? And my pick for number 1 game that I've played this year is Dark Souls. Now, like I said earlier, I got it first on the PlayStation 3. And I played it for a couple hours, and I did not like it. And I put it down, I stopped playing it. My character's name was Ponyo. But a few weeks ago, I was perusing through Steam, my shared Steam library, and I saw that my brother had Dark Souls Remastered. And so I was like, I guess I can download it. And so I downloaded it. And I played through it. And over the course of the next few weeks, I played through the game, I beat it, I got good. And just the experience of running through, not knowing what area is going to come next, finding the new area, getting owned, coming back through, owning all the enemies, is just so fun. And the world is so desolate and interwoven. Even in the game's worst areas, like Lost Izalith, when I found in the Demon Ruin, even the game's worst areas, like Lost Izalith with the Demon Ruins, when I took that elevator up into Quelaag's domain, I gasped and I was like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" I genuinely did that. It's a little bit embarrassing to admit now, but I was just shocked at how well the game's world was connected. And the game was not as challenging as I thought it would be. I'm not trying to brag or anything. The DLC, for example, I've heard nothing but good things about it, but also how hard it was. And I beat Manus, which is supposed to be the hardest boss in the game, first try. I beat Calamite, and I think only 2 or 3 tries. The only boss, I think I beat the Sanctuary Garden in 2 or 3 tries also. The only boss that took me more than that many tries in the entire game, really, is Artorias and Ornstein and Smo. But I'm not trying to brag. I want you guys to know that the game is not that bad. It is difficult, but it's not as difficult as everyone says it is. People saying that, this game is like the Dark Souls of its genre because of a game being difficult is grossly over-exaggerated. And I want you guys to know, don't be afraid of this game and play it. I played the entire game with keyboard and mouse controls and loved it. And I think that if I can do that, I think anyone can beat this game. Because I do not consider myself a pro gamer in the slightest. But it really is one of the best experiences I've had. One of the most fun games I've played. And I finally get why everyone loves the Souls genre of games. The Souls-like, whatever. And why they hold FromSoft in such high regard. So, there's my list of games. And if you disagree, which you probably will, comment about it. If you agree, which you probably won't, comment about it. If you want to talk about it some more, which you probably won't, join my Discord and talk about it. And like and subscribe. And I will see you all, one of these days.